Yeah, for our viewers lang to have like this parang preview or something. Did you guys have like an arrangement of some sort? Or were there changes in the relationship because of this? Kasi I think some people, some couples, they struggle with how to begin after. Alam mo yun, yung parang after the bagyo, what to do next? Was there anything that you, alam mo yun, parang really discussed within each other?
Yeah, for one, we discussed about her being submit. Kasi siya talagang ano eh, she's really bullheaded.
Yeah.
She's one who will really do things on her own without asking permission from me before.
Yeah, I'm controlling nature. Ngayon lang kumalma yung boses ko. I'm a very controlling nature woman.
But right now, we discussed that she has to submit to my decision, and she needs to consult me for on every decision she has to make. So nandun na yan. It's in the Bible naman na.
Yeah, we also agreed on transparency because it's not easy which one to. Because I got used to this minimizing, justifying, rationalizing, or maybe revealing only 70%, even 99.9, parang germs, diba? But we agreed on 100% full transparency.
Tsaka when we attended the yung couple streets.
Couple street.
We understood what our roles should be as husband and wife,
which we never knew before.
So it was really very critical for us to understand what I should do, what she should do.
God's design for a husband, God's design for a woman, because I literally stepped in as a provider and I was competing. So now understanding all these things also helped us, because before I don't know anything about it. It's just like, getting married, having the ceremony, and that's it. So it also helped us being educated on those aspects, like what's the role.
Another one is the lifestyle, yung nabago eh.
Talaga ako yung lifestyle. Kumbaga sa talagang turn. It's not easy to change lifestyle. That's why we call it the sacrifice for the better. No? Sacrifice to let go of myself and then just surrender to God. It's really God whom we are surrendering to that makes us naman be okay with each other.
Yes. Your life testimony is really so powerful and inspiring for people. And it's really, alam mo yun, feeling ko it's really grounded on forgiveness talaga. It's something that people find it so hard to do kahit mahal nila yung tao. Lalo pat mahal nila yung tao. And with that, I would like to ask Sir Nelson and Miss Lucy, is it necessary to have an agreement prior to getting married? Like you both have been got married when you're already matured. So parang how is that for you? Do you think that certain arrangement should happen for like married people? Like let's say for their financial management, household management, paano magdisiplina ng bata, yung mga ganong kinds of things. Is this necessary for couples to talk about?
Oh, I'll answer first. Huh? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Submit it.
When you're into a serious relationship, it is important to be transparent, no? Just like what Toni just mentioned, to discuss these issues about, not after the wedding, huh? This is the time when you discover if you have the same values, same dream and ambition for how you envision your family to be. Clarity of roles between husband and wife, that's very important. Disciplining of children, no? Both husband and wife, there should be united as to how to discipline their children, and they support each other.
To add to what my darling wife said, it's also quite important to have a premarital counseling session. I think this is something which is usually overlooked. And lalo na if the counselor is also grounding us in the Word of God. I agree with the Mirandas. It's supposed to be, we're all under God's leadership, and our marriage is supposed to be centered on God. And our counselor happened to be a pastor. So it's very important also for those who want to get married, go to a very trusted and competent and godly premarital counsel. And that's where he will facilitate about the agreements, yung the finance, the earnings, the budget, the household chores, who will do what, children, even sex. Okay, those things we have to be trashed out. And the fact is that we're able to talk about in a safe environment, and that's where the agreements are not imposed. They don't feel like they're straitjackets. Okay, it's like happily agreed upon because we know that everything is for our good and for God's glory.
Yes.
Yeah, because you're stepping in a new zone eh. Pareho, first time nyo maging mag-asawa eh, di ba? It's something na you really don't know what to do next. So it's really important to be guided in these things, which lead us to something na widely talk about during Valentine's Day. What is your love language? Ayan, bilang sabi nila merong 5 klase ng love language. We have quality time, gifts, words of affirmation, acts of service, physical touch. Dun sa 5 yon, do you know what your love language is? Miss Toni, ikaw, what's your love language?
Nakakahiya.
Saan ba?
Hindi kasi nung nakita ko yung result, inulit ko, iniwasan ko, pero yun pa rin yung lumabas. Okay, gifts. Tsaka sa kanya talaga gift and yung service. So there, when he discovered it, but it's helpful now when we know each other's gift. Kaya, di ba, I'm a trainer, I'm also speaker. He somehow helps me prepare my materials and ano pa.
Cook for her.
lahat ng service. Pero yung gift, doon ako natawa dahil sabi ko, magta-test ulit ako. So, iniwasan ko yung mga question na mukhang gift ang ano. In the end, lumabas pa rin. Sabi ko,
You cannot deny.
You cannot deny. Yeah.
Sir Toni, Sir John, what is your love language?
Love language ko is really touch.
Wow.
Okay, so I really appreciate it kung halimbawa if they kiss me, if they embrace me pag umuwi ako, or before I go to office, I really appreciate it. It inspires me, para it makes my day.
Masahe.
Yan, kaya lang ayaw niya.
Minsan nga funny pa nag-aaway kami. Alam mo yung ino-OA ko, okay ka na ha? Sabi niya, sobrang touch.
Kaya nagbumili na ako pang masahe.
But it's nice to know na yung gifts talaga.
Yes.
And it's always your partner's love language, hindi yung love language mo.
Tsaka it's very important for you to know yung love language ng partner mo kasi you know what to give her or to give him, di ba?
Or what to do. Right.
Kasi it's something that will make them happy, di ba? Make them feel loved.
Same
Kaya,
with
very
our
important.
children. We have to find out also what their love language.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir Nelson, how about you? What's your love language?
Words of affirmation because I'm an author. And there's something that's little known in our love story. When we were still courting, she worked at Unilever, remember? That was at UN Avenue. I live across the street. So every day, it's easy for me to write one love letter, one card, go to her reception area, leave it to the guard, and every day she would have those cards wherein it's like love letters. And that's been since our courtship. And that's why I appreciate also Lucy that she knew my love language. And when we, let's say, text each other or we have Viber, she also puts those sweet nothings. So she knows already what makes me feel love. Words, words, words.
Miss Ika, what's your love language?
No, I just wanted to tell you that until now, he still sends me cards.
Oh.
Kaya, ang stacks of boxes of cards, birthday cards, no, anniversary, all of this, he doesn't miss any.
Oh, sana all.
Punong-puno na yung aking attic ng mga boxes ng mga cards niya.
So Kate, makahanap ka ng author, writer.
Idadagdag ko natin yan sa standard.
Hindi siya yung Hallmark na card, Hindi siya, hindi yung hindi siya. Talagang sarili niya, Nelson, tatak Nelson talaga.
Ikaw magsulat. It's not like you have the Hallmark. No, this is what Hallmark holds.
Hindi yung Hallmark, Talagang sulat niya. Mine is quality time, and especially my husband, he's holding a key position in a huge conglomerate company. So demanding ang job niya, on top of getting speaking engagements as an author, speaker, and writer, or trainer, he gets home, he's pretty tired. So I love when he spends quality time with me. Like, we have our devotional time together and then we interact, kung ano na pag-aral namin, ano yung natutunan namin, ano yung reflection namin sa aming pagbabasa ng devotions namin, and then after that, prayer. So we're able to pray intelligently, knowing each other's needs. So that really makes the night na masarap matulog dahil kumbaga, you know, there's that kind of time interaction with my husband.
Yeah. Bilang na-share nyo na rin yan, I'd like to follow up with a question na, given a chance to change something about your better half, what would it be and why? Go ahead, Sir Nelson. Ikaw na ang mauna.
Is there a correct answer to that question? It's like this question parang knowing.
Ano po, you may invoke your right to self-incrimination.
No, seriously. I'm one of those typical guys. I don't know about John, no? It's like we men want to have, you know, give me the bottom line, okay? I'm so busy, I have several things in my mind, and then si Lucy, makwento, patay. So therefore, that's why I had to really be patient. This is the sacrificial part, but it's a happy sacrifice because when I hear her story, I get to learn about her. But going to me, if let's say, if I would have one wish, it's like, I would wish that Lucy, for example, would make the kwento, give me the bottom line, executive summary muna, dear sana, para then I can appreciate the story. And lalo na the context, who is this, who is that, what happened there. But actually, I don't really impose because I love to listen to her. Magkwento, sarap siya magkwento eh. And
yeah, she has to clear cut.
Diba, Donnie, makwento ka rin ba sa asawa mo?
Tapos you have to identify muna pala kung sino yung mga key persons.
oh, sino si Millet? Sino, anong nangyari dito? Anong subdivision to?
Okay. Miss Lucy, do you have anything that you would want to change kay Sir Nelson?
Well, as I've said, my husband would come home very tired and he has a lot of things in his mind. And when I talk to him, he can be curt or impatient, no? Then I would tell him to say it nicely naman, and he would readily apologize naman.
Yeah.
Ayan. Miss Toni, this question is for you naman, Miss Toni. Don't worry, it's a different question. Bawal ang mangopya dito.
Ready pa naman ako. O, sige.
Bawal ang kopyahan.
Sige.
Okay, so my question for you is this. They say being married is hard for you. They say that being married is hard work. Were there certain sacrifices or compromises that you had to make the marriage work? Let's say siguro let's peg it at the early years na nandun ka sa nagsistart yung career and all that. Maybe let's start at that. What were the initial sacrifices na you living singlehood to go to married life?
No, I think my answer is different because I was not a good wife that time. I did not sacrifice. I was self-centered. Though probably in my own definition, I did because I have to work harder since I got married 23 years old. So while some of my batchmates are still, meeting up, having coffee and partying, maybe that's my context of sacrifice. But during that time, it's really about me, my ambition, and how I want to achieve a certain vow that I did before. Now, can I talk about now?
Yes,
now it's the change in perspective. My perspective of marriage really helped because it now, although it's a series of learning and letting go and sacrifice, it's more of obeying God rather than sacrificing for Him. So it's there's the sweetness of the how do you call it? Pleasant sacrifice. I call it now becomes a pleasant sacrifice because I know I'm not doing it for temporary reasons, and not also for the approval of my in-laws or for his approval or my friends. It's no longer at that stage. And it's really a process, but it's a happy feeling now. There's joy knowing that I'm just focusing on the audience of God, and at the same time, having a bonus of him also being happy. And it's not easy because from a controlling nature that you wanted everything calculated, now you will step out in faith, something like, will he give me budget or not? I mean, the funny things, but now becomes not so much of an issue. because I can tell him openly that, for example, I have issues on this and that, then we can talk about it. Unlike before, I have to confide with somebody else. I have to confide with, let's say, a friend outside from home, because I don't see him as a husband or a friend or someone who can listen to me. So really the change of perspective also made me respect him, because before like what I've said, it's all about me. So I never respected him. He is the last to know everything. I remember before we had convenience store, he didn't know, he didn't know how many branches we have, because he was not my priority and the respect was not on him. I'm sorry. Forgiven.
Last to know talaga.
Yeah, last to know. Even my whereabouts it's not he's not my priority. We're not really that friends we're just coexisting as married couple before. That's why lately all our anniversaries are like we're just like newlyweds, right? We're enjoying every talk. We don't watch TV anymore because we keep on just talking with each other.
Celebrating anniversary right now sa ngayon, for the past 5 years, 6 years. It's never been better.
Now it's good. No,
it's better than yung mga first few years of yung marriage namin.
It's just for the sake of celebration. Now we really like we're even surprised, like, wow, we're turning 25 this, because just like 4 years. I mean, how we are celebrating it beautifully. It's just like 4 years. But when we are, the way to remember how many years we're married is to check always my daughter's age, then +1, right? Always +1.
Na-realize na kasi namin how to enjoy each other.
Yeah, that's a really good thing. Pero I'd like to quote you on, only have an audience of one. This is something na people kasi we forget. No, we don't have to please everybody, or we don't owe everybody explanation. Diba?
Yes,
Pero it's a really good reminder for us. Now, I have here a question naman na feeling ko exciting for both couples. Do you still go out on a date? Ayan. And if ever, what is the best date you ever had? Tanungin muna natin yung dalawang couple natin na medyo fresh pa, 17 going 18 years in the marriage pa lang. So, what was your best date up to date?
Okay, best date ever is, when we celebrated Nelson's birthday, my husband's birthday sa Makati Shangri-La Circles. We love to go there, and because when you go there, you enjoy the ambience. It's relaxing, and then we enjoy the food. So, and we have a lot of talk. Relax kami. So that's the best.
Just time spent together. Wow. Miss Toni, how about you and Sir John? What's your best date ever?
I cannot say kung ano yung best kasi we had several dates out of the country, out of town, pero
out of house. Pero di ba sa bukid yan.
Maraming best dates, pero I think the more relevant dates that we had was when we got to talk things about us. Actually, parang recently, mga last 3 years lang, we went to as simple as going out to Batangas lang.
Sa beach.
Kami lang dalawa, walang kasamang kids.
And since our anniversary September, hindi siya peak season.
Hindi peak season, kami lang talaga. And we were able to do some videos. She was able to do her vlog. Di ba? Ang daming
video ko.
Maraming very I would say mas meaningful sa amin.
Because we are now authentic, I believe, no? We don't make up stories anymore. I mean, we don't beautify the story. We don't sugarcoat.
Kahit nga barbecue lang kinain natin yata.
Naggoto tayo. Kasi Batangas goto. Yeah. And we were really enjoying it. Wala na yung pa-impresa na mas mahal ba yung lugar. It's really more of I think the companionship, the stories that we exchange. And then parang syempre may konting lambing na ito bang time na to mahal mo na ba ako, di ba?
So it's not really about where, when, But it's more of the how we celebrated it. Yung mga dates namin, how we did it, how we enjoyed it.
That's what we miss out kasi before. Parang pati kung saan, pag-aawayin pa. Bakit dyan? Walang kwenta dyan.
Lalo
Diba?
na siya.
Or cheap. Ako daw.
Minsan,
Or ang cheap naman dyan, nakakahiya. Yan. Ganyan kami before. But now, nawala yun. It's really more of him and me lang. And then, we are always in awe to look back how it happened. Kaya talagang napapaano kami, Lord, thank you. Kasi nothing of this will happen kung wala talaga yung love ni God. And we also get to appreciate each other. Kasi before, laging naging finding each other's fault. Kaya yung date, napupunta sa wala lang. Hindi pa,
ngayon lang, medyo mas challenging ang date kasi because of the COVID
yeah.
restriction.
So,
pero we really do celebrate mga simple celebrations lang, like order lang from sa labas, then kahit sa house lang.
Yeah, sa lanay. And then we will play yung, well, alam naman natin, 80s. We will play music of the 80s. And that's, we're happy. Yeah, sometimes mas old, pa. And it became simple. Everything was simple.
Or going out for a coffee, that's a date na para for us.
It has changed last year, and it changed last year.
Listening to your stories, parang I peg you both, the two couples that I'm talking to right now, as couples who are just, alam mo yon, happy and enjoying the company of each other. Na parang listening to you talking about how you see each other right now makes me believe na parang it's enough as long as you love the company of each other. And that's really inspiring kasi right now, people have this certain disconnect because of the media, because of social media, because of computer and whatnot. So parang mas disconnect. I feel somehow that we are connected but still disconnected. Especially yung mga couples ngayon. So, isang question about dating that you can give an advice that you can give the millennials right now that they are dating. Ano po yung tips na pwede nyong ibigay? And I would like to put it on a parameter ng magjowa pa lang. Para sa mga hindi pa mag-asawa, ayan. Para sa mga couples na nagkakakilala pa lang sa isa't isa, mag-boyfriend-girlfriend pa lang sila, how would you parang advise their dating life to go kung paano nila i-handle or whatnot? Maybe Miss Toni, tatanong ko ulit ito sa inyo. Ayan, pwede ka na mag-isip. This question po, itanong muna natin kay Sir Nelson and kay Ma'am Lucy. Anong advice nyo sa aming mga millennials na nakikipag-date pa lang?
Okay, my best advice to not just millennials, but everyone, whether Gen X or people in between who wants to find love again. The number one advice I would give for dating couples is know what you are looking for. And the one I would look for is character because, di ba, let's say, okay na, guwapo, maganda, may kaya, magalang. The thing naman, however, you have to look for, and look for the signs, ibang story na ito, no? Wherein, in the dating, whether it's a conversation or the behavior, especially when you see the date under pressure, look for the character of the other person. And then you can gauge from there na, if this guy or this girl, when we get married and there's problems or challenges, will he or she sustain or step up to the challenge? Kasi you need character, sturdy character, lalo na the character that is founded on God Himself. So when you are in dating, enjoy the candy, enjoy the candlelight, but look for character.
Yeah. Miss Lucy, can you add to that po?
Yes, sa mga singles, no? My advice is learn how to wait, because in learning how to wait and be patient, no, the tendency to compromise is there if you're impatient. But if you know how to wait because of the value, no, then you will not compromise. Because you know yourself, that's very important that you know yourself. Ano ba ang gusto mo? What do you want in life? How do you envision your life to be with having your own family? Ano bang gusto mo? Then look for someone who fears God, who has good moral values, who honors his parents. That's very important. And while waiting, mga singles, mga millennials, no, instead of spending too much time on social media, Learn how to be a good wife. Learn how to be a good manager at home. And that means learning how to cook, good housekeeping, managing the budget, meron kang constant self-development, preparing yourself. Because if you will not prepare yourself, no, gusto mo palaging social media ka na ng social without preparing yourself. Remember, when you get married, it's responsibility. And if you're not prepared, talagang mai-stress ka. You will easily get stress. And then, ma-affect ang relationship niya because of that, no? But if you are prepared, no, in lahat ng angles, no, and then you're very responsible in that, then you would really be a very good wife, a good manager at home. You could just imagine that, no? And then, ang pinaka-last na gusto kong sabihin sa mga millennials, don't forget to go out dating in groups with good barkadas. Hindi yung single lang, kayong dalawa lang. Because the temptation is there. Pag kayong dalawa lang. At saka the chance, the opportunity to observe that person, wala. Kami ni Nelson, pagka in groups kami, hindi niya alam na ino-obserbahan ko siya from afar. How he treats the older ones, how he treats, napaka-importante niyan.
Vice versa, by the way.